here we go with the first one is I'm going to give you 7 ideas on how to deal with hot topics that cause anger. 7 ideas, if you will, on how to deal with hot topics that cause anger.
Okay.
First one is?
Focus on the solution, not on who caused it.
Yeah.
Again, how are we going to fix it? Let's not mull over, rehash what's gone on in the past.
Sometimes in our clinic we call hot topics landmines. You just happen to step on it, and oh my God, it blows up. Kapow. You didn't realize how sensitive that topic was, but boy, my gosh, now what do I do? Number 2, we tend to try or strive to maintain an assertive style. Assertive style, good eye contact, appropriate
volume,
emotions,
tone,
facial expression that is positive and encouraging.
Yep.
Okay. Number 3, use I statements.
Yes.
I
Speak
statements
from your perspective.
What is the description of your experience? I feel this. I am asking that you understand my feelings, and this is what my feelings look like. I find a lot of men have real problems with explaining or defining their emotions. I had a group of 40 men recently, and I asked them to put on a clipboard any word that was an adjective or descriptive of emotion. And as my men went around, I had this clipboard. So they're going to each put down sad and happy and, whatever emotional words. For these 40 men, I came up with 12 words.
We had what, hats
12
next to
words.
it? Yep. That's what I was going to say.
In the English language, there's several thousand. But the idea that my guys really don't know how to communicate their emotions. They know how to say I'm mad.
I would call that emotionally blunted.
Yeah, well, that's my guys. Number 4, we seek common ground through collaboration or compromise. Collaboration, co-labor. Compromise, give and take.
Yeah.
Compromise, otherwise known as grandma's rule.
If you do this for me, I'll do that for you.
Okay. So to co-labor with your partner is to find common ground. We do something we both agreed to.
Right.
Compromise is, well, I'm going to throw a little bit into the pot to help this solution come about. So I'm going to do this for you, and you'll do that for me.
Right.
Number 5, keep the big picture in mind. Relationships are for the long run.
Right.
Where are we going to be in 5 years? Where are we going to be in 10 years? Does this problem really matter for the big picture?
Right.
Number 6.
Forget quick fixes. You really have to take your time. When you're working on the problems that are out that are there that have kept coming back that you haven't been able to solve, there aren't quick fixes. We have built up anger about it. We have resentment. We have been closed to new information. And, we got to take our time. We got to learn to collect new information. We got to learn to hear this other person. There aren't quick fixes. It is
Carrie and I were
patience.
skiing in Colorado, and we saw a sign on the slope that said pace, not speed. The idea is slow down, keep a safe pace, be steady, don't worry about how fast thing. And then finally, the 7th idea is use a timeout when needed. Okay?
Yeah. So you may have to take breaks.
Those were my 7 ideas on how to deal with hot topics. I'm going to go to 5 ideas on how to deal with angry people.
This is a question we get a lot. I have somebody that won't solve it and they won't let me go. How do I get out of this situation? And that is where this has come from.
Number 1, how to deal with angry people. Never, if possible, be alone with an angry person.
Right.
You want to seek some area where there be others around you that, if you will, contributes to what we call social responsibility. People don't get as angry or as out of control if there's others watching. So the idea that if you are dealing with an angry person and you find yourself alone, this is not a healthy situation. You need to move out of that position as much as possible. Find an excuse, but try to get yourself to an area where there's more people around.
Sure.
Number 2.
Ask them to calm down.
You'd be surprised how just a simple request, look, you're getting loud. I'm embarrassed. Could you please lower your voice? Or reflectively, getting this angry doesn't help us communicate. Can you just take a few minutes to calm down? Probably because, if you will, we deal with the angriest people in Tampa. 90% of the folks that come into my door have all been arrested for violence. And I would say almost 80% of the time, just to say, you really are coming across quite angry. Why don't you calm down a little bit? It works. They often don't even realize how angry they are.
Right. They don't recognize that they're coming across like that.
Sure. Number 3.
Make sure about safety and that the danger
issues are not relevant. This is reflectively based on cases we've had where the person was coming across angry and raged, and actually something very serious was happening which involved maybe a car accident or a child had been hurt, and as they're trying to get someone to listen to them, they're just raging. They're coming across in such a way as they're perceived as violent. when actually the person was so out of control because they were worried, they were distraught. Rule out that there's some unsafe act that's occurring. Rule out that there's something that is dangerous that's occurring so that you can, in fact, begin to face the person and understand what's happening.
And there again, it involves listening.
Yes.
Slow down. I can't understand you when you're talking this fast. What is it you need me to hear?
What are you trying to do? Mm-hmm. Number 4, when you feel that need,
use diversion.
Yeah, use diversion. Meaning, I've decided that I want to get away from you. I've decided that I got to move in a different area. So you can say things like, look, I've got somebody waiting outside. I'll be right back. And then hit the door. Or
I got to go to the bathroom.
Or, oh, wait, I'm sorry. I've got this emergency. When I've worked in this in the past, it's really worked. Tell a person you've got to move on. You've got to get to do this other thing. And they'll often, allow you to move in that direction. Mm-hmm. And then finally, when it all else fails,
call for help.
Yeah. Let people know you need help. Get them in there. Call 911 if need be. Hey, look, it's been an interesting show. We've covered a lot of information tonight, dealing with the different types of intense emotions, working away from expressed, which is the outward display of anger, suppressed, which is the inward display of anger, and then we talked about control, which is the modulation or regulating of anger.
That's right.
We've given you a lot of ideas. We've really enjoyed tonight's show. I want to remind you,